Hi everybody, so today we are talking about behaviour change. Now this is one of my favourite subjects because I think it really hones in on why we do what we do, why we feel like we need to change what we do, and then how we actually maintain those new healthy habits. So we are going to go through the behaviour change cycle. Now this is a cycle that was actually originally made for smokers, for people that were looking to quit smoking. And then they realised that actually this totally worked for whatever your habit was, whether you were looking to change it, whether you were maintaining these good new habits. So what I'm going to do is share my screen, and we're going to get a little feel for what the different stages of behaviour change are, where you might sit on that cycle for now, and then how it changes as time goes on. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so that you have got a visual of what that behaviour change cycle looks like. So I hope you can all see that. I might need to move my bar over here somewhere. Okay, so when we're looking at the behaviour change cycle, it looks like it's this nice wee circle that we move through fluidly, whereas in actual fact we don't. We can jump from one point of the cycle to another, and this is in your getting started guide if you are using that little notebook. So let's go through the different stages, see what happens in those stages, and then how we can change or how we might feel like we've relapsed and then joined back in. So we've got the pre-contemplation stage. So this is the point where we are not even considering changing. We might not even notice that our habits are not healthy. Now these can go for anything, whether it's your eating habits, whether it's your exercise habits, whether it's how you spend your money, how you spend your time, how you spend your mornings, your evenings. It could be any habit out there, and you've not even thought about changing those habits or that they might be detrimental to you. Then we've got the contemplation habit, the contemplation part of the cycle. So this is when you've maybe started to notice that something's a bit unhealthy, somebody might have said something to you. So for example, you might have gone to your doctor and your doctor's told you that your blood pressure is too high and maybe you should start exercising, or your cholesterol's too high and maybe you should start looking at how you're eating. You might have gone and put on a dress at Christmas time that you wore the previous Christmas and actually it doesn't fit anymore. So you've realised you might have put on some weight. It could be anything. You might notice that you're just habitually having chocolate every day after lunch. So whatever that unhealthy habit is, or maybe you've got something coming up like a wedding, like a holiday, you've started to think, maybe I should change my habits. Okay, now what happens is the preparation phase. And now the preparation is key. It is absolutely key to continuing on this cycle. This is where you are ready to make the change, but you need to start going out and finding all the things that you need to find. So it might be that you've signed up to a boot camp, or you've signed up to the Happy Wee Health Club, or you might have gone and picked some fitness gear, or on a Sunday you've written out what your meals are going to look like for the next week and you've actually gone and done the shopping for it. It might be that you're wanting to budget your money better, so you've started to put your something on paper of how much you're allowed to spend every day or how much you're going to spend on a coffee. Now, this preparation key is absolutely key to success. So making sure that you have a plan for the week ahead. Then we're into the action. So most of us in this group now are definitely in this action phase. Let me just move that in case it's taking up some space. So the action phase is where you're actually doing the do. If you're coming to your fitness classes, or you're doing your gym workout, or you are making those healthy meals every day that you said you were going to make, or you're budgeting your money, whatever that might be. And again, this is one of these things that you need to work at. You're in that action phase. Then we move into maintenance. Now, maintenance is at least 6 months up to a year of doing the do. So doing those fitness classes that you said you were going to do, doing those gym classes you said you were going to do. Maybe one of your behavior changes is to walk a little bit more. So you're making sure that you're actually walking every day a little bit further, however you do that. And you have to be doing that habitually for 6 to 12 months before it becomes maintenance. Okay, so for me, fitness is definitely maintenance because it's something that I have done for the last 12, 13 years, and it's just something that's a habit. However, I do need to work at things like my healthy meals. So I'm definitely in that action phase, looking to move into the maintenance. Now, this bit is really important and this is key. Relapse or lapse. This is when we come off the wagon or we fall off the tracks. So it might be you're in that action phase, you've said you're going to do 5 workouts this week, and in actual fact, on Monday, your kids were sick and you couldn't actually leave the house to go and do it. So you've lapsed because something's happened. Now, this can happen at any stage of the cycle. For me, I relapse every Christmas because I take a few weeks off to spend a bit more time at home, and that's okay. Or if I go on holiday, I know I'm not going to do the same amount of maintenance as I normally would. That's okay. Relapse and lapse is a totally natural, normal part of the behaviour change cycle. The important thing is that you jump straight back on the wagon. So even if today didn't look the way you wanted it to look, think about, right, what happened? What happened that has made me fall off the wagon? And what steps can I put in place for the next time? Now that could happen at any point. You might have started to think about getting healthier, and then after a couple of weeks, you didn't do anything about it. So you've gone back to that pre-contemplation stage. And sometimes we move really quickly from one stage to another. You might have contemplated starting a workout and actually tomorrow you're in the gym and you've moved from contemplation to action without much preparation. So I'm going to give you a bit of an example for myself. One of the things that I really wanted to change was I noticed that I wasn't walking very much. Now, I was living out of town and I was just driving into work and leaving my car outside the club every day. And I wasn't actually really thinking about it. I was just thinking, I leave my house and I take my car to work. I didn't really think anything of it. But in actual fact, how am I going to get some more steps in? So I've started parking my car up at the cornholes, which gives me an extra couple of thousand of steps a day, about 15, 20 minutes extra walking. So it took me some time though to get into that maintenance or the action to maintenance stage. I had to think, right, if I don't park at work, where am I going to park? Yeah, and in actual fact, the reason that I started it was because I got a parking ticket. So that was what got me from not thinking about it at all to contemplation. Maybe I don't want to park outside work. And in actual fact, I'll be healthier if I don't park outside work. So really thinking about what is it that you do want to change? And then how can we start putting in the steps? The preparation phase is key. So it might be that you want to drink a little bit more water. You want to learn about why you want to drink more water. So the more education you can get in that preparation phase, the easier it's going to be to find the action. So the main thing I want you to take away from this behaviour change cycle is that the relapse and the lapse is going to happen over these next 12 weeks. It is absolutely going to happen. What I don't want for you to happen though is to go, oh well, that didn't work. It is just part of the cycle. Okay, if you've got questions or comments or you want to let us know what habits or what behaviour you're looking to change, pop it down in the chat so that we can give you some tips and tricks on how to make sure that it is in an actionable phase. Bye!